Well, good afternoon. My name is Jim Ronecker, and I want to thank also the Libertarian Party for allowing us this forum to speak to you today. I think it's important. I'm running as a Republican in a primary, and I'm here with the Libertarian Party, and they can't vote for me. But if I am elected, I represent everybody in the county. So I want to thank you again for this forum. A little bit about myself. I'm a 37-year resident of Pinellas County. I've been married to my lovely wife, Denise, who's in the back, for 24 years. We have 3 children, ages 24, 17, and 10. I'm a small businessman. I own a manufacturing company, a printing company called On Demand Printing. We've been in business since 1986. Back in the early 2000s, I didn't like what was going on in the city of Oldsmar, and I decided to get involved, and I ran for city council. And I won 2 terms, and then the last 2 terms I served as mayor. So I've been in Oldsmar politics for over a decade. During that time as mayor, I led the effort to reduce taxes twice during the worst economy we've ever seen. Many companies, many cities, many county governments were looking to either increase taxes or cut services. The city of Oldsmar did the opposite. We completed our largest infrastructure project in our city's history, a reverse osmosis plant, which allows the city of Oldsmar to sustain its own water for the rest of its history. We now have the ability to create our own drinking water, which is something spectacular for a city of the size of 14,000 people. But in addition to that, we streetscaped our streets. We built parks, we built a library, we paid for the library in full. This all during the worst economic times. So I've got a background in government of getting positive, proven results. And that's something I do as a businessman as well. Since my company's been in business since 1986, I've had the opportunity to sit on many state and federal boards that deal with manufacturing. So I know what the sector is for the business community and what is lacking here in the county. I think the time has come for the county to have somebody with a business experience, and I have that ability to bring to the table. And I'm Jim Ronecker, and I ask for your vote on August 26th.
Okay, for your first question, it's what role, if any, should the federal government play in funding or supporting county level projects?
The federal government can play a large role in supporting federal and county and city government projects, for that matter. But mainly what they do is they can provide grant money, which is actually your tax money that goes back into the county government. I mean, I think Florida, for the most part, is a donor state in the federal government. I think a lot of our tax dollars don't come back to the state of Florida. So as a county commissioner, I think one of the roles that we would play would be to work with our federal legislators and work to make sure that Pinellas County, for example, gets the fair amount of tax dollars that they're paying in, that they get back in grant funds and things of that nature. I don't need 2 minutes for that.
Awesome. Your next question is, how will you promote active involvement and or education of the issues that are being brought before the commission to the voting public?
Okay. I think one of the best ways that you can do that right now is through social media. I think the county needs a better website to promote things that are going on. I think through Facebook and things of that nature, each individual commissioner can have a page being out there in the community, working with the various medias, whether it be the television stations or the newspapers, the periodicals, and things of that nature. But for right now, the way technology is changing, the main and biggest thing for especially the youths would be the Facebook and the social media aspects. Okay?
Thank you.
And again, I want to thank everybody for being here this afternoon. I think one of the big things for Pinellas County, you're looking at a $2 billion budget. $2 billion. And when you're electing somebody, I would think you'd want somebody with experience. And I've got that experience. I've got a decade plus of experience in government, plus running a business. And now on the government side, I sat on the county the Tampa Bay Regional Planning Council. So I sat on the regional boards. I sat on the transportation boards for the county representing Safety Harbor, Tarpon Springs, and Oldsmar. I actually sat on it, sat out for 4 years because it rotates, and then sat on it again. I also chaired the Pinellas Planning Council. So I've got a full wealth of knowledge of how Pinellas County government works, and I'm ready to hit the ground running. But in addition to that, I'm a small businessman. I've got the pressure of making payroll on a weekly basis. I've got to pay taxes, insurance, property tax on my commercial property. I see my employees living paycheck to paycheck. And I think Pinellas County needs somebody, a leader, that understands that businesses are struggling. People are living paycheck to paycheck, and now is not the time to look at a large tax increase for Greenlight Pinellas. We need somebody to stand up and say, this is the wrong plan. Greenlight is a stoplight. It needs to stop. What we need to do is we need to look at our transportation issue as a region. Tampa Bay works better like this. It's nice to know if you get on a bus in Clearwater and you go to Tampa, you're coming back on that same bus line, rather than going from PSTA to Hart and vice versa. When you go to New York City, you don't get on the Queens Transit Authority into the Brooklyn Transit Authority. It doesn't work that way. It's a mass transit. If Pinellas wants mass transit, it's got to be done as Tampa Bay as a region. Again, I'm Jim Ronecker, and I ask for your vote on August 26th. Thank you.